Welcome to episode 201 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Walton, alongside Dan Reamer.
Yep.
And Matt Bowden.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're still going with that? Loser.
That's
my thing, dude.
That was a pro intro.
It was really good.
Yeah,
you threw me off at 201.
Why?
Threw myself off.
It didn't throw me off because I know we did 200 last week.
Yeah, but that's a lot. Like it really hits home when it's 201.
When it's over 200, 200
Yeah.
seems like a lot. 201, you're like, holy shit.
Right. We're counting up. At 200, you don't know. We could be going either way, but now it's clear we're going up.
Counting down.
Wait, is that
get to zero? It's over.
Did I just think of a good way to start a podcast? You start at your last episode, and you work all the way back to zero, and then you quit.
That would be crazy.
So everybody knows the end is coming.
But you know, yeah, right. That's what's nice is there is an end. There is an end line.
Yeah.
And you're like, yep, this is...
That would be so hard to plan because you would have to have this like fantastic celebration to start.
No
and
one
work
said
your
that.
way back
No one
to
said
like
that.
the shittiest
After you're done with that,
podcast.
you just stop.
Well, you could just start on like episode 121. Like, it doesn't even have to be a milestone.
Right, but I mean, in my mind is like you start from the last episode of your podcast ever, and then you work your way back to the point where like the microphones are shitty and you don't know what to do.
No, I think you can just start at a random point and just work your way all the way back down to zero. So even if you get better, even if you get a huge following, everyone knows it ends.
Right.
I guess so.
Like
in
the
my
end
mind, it's like you're watching a podcast develop it in reverse. So you'd have to plan that out like so far in advance.
No, in mine, you just start it with a set number of episodes and you count
in
down to
mind.
that.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. That's not a bad idea.
right. And it's called the end is near.
The end is
the
nigh.
end is nigh.
Yeah, you could do that too.
It's better.
Yeah, the end is nigh is way better.
Start workshopping that.
I don't usually agree. I don't usually agree with Matt, but I have no choice.
God, if I had a quarter
But
for every
to.
time I heard that.
Right.
You'd have about $1 right now.
No, I'd have at least $1.75 off this podcast. At least.
As long as I've known him, if you're only getting $1.75, then that's pretty good because
Well, a lot of
that
times
makes
it's
him wrong a lot, and he talks.
A lot of times it's implied. It's not specifically said.
It's true.
I don't usually agree with him, but it's there. I like this idea. We might shut this podcast down and do that one.
I'm all for it. Let's do it.
We've hit this milestone that most podcasts never accomplish. I can't think of a better time just to fold up
Now that we hit 200, we're going to go backwards, back to
and
zero.
start. Oh man,
We're gonna do the same episodes though, just in reverse order. I'm just gonna revisit all the topics.
That would
Going
be
back
something pretty cool to do.
we'll
Would
just
be
do
to,
highlights from every episode.
Would be like to revisit the title card for one of our or the show notes for one of our earlier podcasts and redo it now, then listen to them to see what the differences sounded like.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
It seems like a lot of work.
It does.
Be a
True, but
Great
it'd be
little
cool.
evergreen episode so that we could take a week off for
Yeah, but-
Christmas and Thanksgiving.
You have to remember that I don't have any recollection of anything I've ever talked about on here.
Yeah, well, we just go back and
Ever.
grab the.
That's fine.
just
It'd
go-
be like getting the show notes all over again.
Yeah, there's an archive of
That's
the
what I'm saying.
podcast,
That's
dude.
fine. Just
Some
get
of
the
those show notes are as descriptive as they should be.
Well, we just go back and listen to the show.
I don't
No,
have time
you
for
don't want
that.
to do that because then you're gonna
Oh,
tend
you
to
and-
mimic parts of that
yeah.
show.
All right, you would influence yourself,
Yeah, you're right.
or I might influence you.
There should be a way to just get the topics, though. I mean, we wrote that shit out.
Right.
We have
I mean-
the show notes going back.
All the emails are still there, I assume, unless you're Dan. And
I delete mine. I don't know what you have.
I have
delete 'em.
every show note ever.
I
Every
keep,
email
I keep
ever.
last week's, and then when the new week comes out, I get rid of that shit.
I keep everything.
No, as soon
Well,
as
there you go.
As soon as I get the notification that my file's been downloaded, I get rid of the sending I get everything for that week, all 3 emails.
I'm a digital hoarder.
That's not a bad idea, though, Dan. I think we should do that. Especially, like, Christmas and Thanksgiving are coming up, and it's really hard to podcast at those times because, you know, it's Christmas and Thanksgiving. Like, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do a couple of evergreen episodes for those days, like, up ahead of time.
I just think it'd be interesting to see.
That way we're all there for the show. It's, it's something for people to listen to while they're traveling. I don't know if you guys have family coming in or if you're going out for Thanksgiving or Christmas, but I know I am. So it'd be nice to not have to miss a show or, something like that.
We just don't miss.
Just a thought. I mean, I don't think I have an option on both those days.
Well, it sounds like your attitude is problem number one.
Put fucking headphones
probably.
in and tell your rest of your family to shut the fuck up because you listen to an
Right.
amazing podcast.
Do it in the car.
Right.
Get on your phone, plug it up, get on Skype, and just do it in the car.
I mean, what is it?
Sounds
4-hour
great.
drive?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are coming back up, right?
Thanksgiving, they're coming here. Christmas, I don't know. I think it's assumed that we will go there, but I don't think we really know yet.
What if we just had all them on the podcast too?
Right.
That ain't happening. Nope.
Why?
Also, there's football and food and stuff on Thanksgiving, and then I think they're staying for the weekend. So I think that if they don't leave, I mean, if they leave by Sunday, then it should be fine.
What
But
if we did a
they
whole?
choose to stay?
What if we did a whole live weekend with them on?
Right.
No, that wouldn't be
Like
a thing.
Big Brother.
Yeah, workshop that idea too. Get some cameras up.
All right, sounds good.
Gamestitch edition.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll call it like big. I don't have anything.
All right.
I wanted to be close, but not dead on. I couldn't.
Right.
come up with
Big
anything.
sibling?
You could do big sibling.
Big male sibling?
Yeah. But I don't. Just big relative.
All right.
Big relative.
Big relative. A GameStop or a Gamestitch joint.
Get GameStop. Come on, man.
Not to be confused with Song of the Deep.
Right. Or Deformers, which I'm really excited about. I need you guys to buy.
What is that game?
Deformers. It's Ready at Dawn's new Game Trust game.
Let me check it out. You guys get ready for this keyboard.
I looked at it last week. It's something with animals, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's
Oh shit! I hit the microphone.
real basic, but
Yeah, it
looks
is
good.
real basic, but it
looks
looks
good.
It looks funny.
It's got like a deathmatch style, like bounce them off the level, shoot them, and it's also got like a Rocket League like ball scoring thing.
Let's see here.
But it's all real simple looking and fun. It looks like the kind of game you can just talk about whatever while you play.
Oh, this looks like fun
Yeah.
already. Just the little fat guy falling out of the sky. This looks great.
This episode is brought to you by Deformers.
I wish it was, for real. Here's a story. I used to think that Ready at Dawn was Radiant Dawn all the way up until The Order came out.
Man, that's a long
'Cause-
time to be wrong.
Yeah, I know. Like 8 years.
That's
So-
really blew your mind. You're not used to being wrong ever, much less for that long.
Yeah.
I finally played Dragon Quest Builders.
What do you think? Do you like it still?
I love it. It's so good.
So I know it's not for me.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you took Minecraft and you made it pretty and then made it an RPG, that's what Dragon Quest Builders is like a story-based RPG.
Right, and then you took the only fun thing about Minecraft, which is multiplayer, and took it away. Put that part in the garbage.
So it's like Final Fantasy, like old Final Fantasy, and Minecraft had a baby. Very text heavy, very story driven. Stories ridiculous. Everybody in the land, in the world, forgot how to build, how to create.
Say, I don't like it already.
So you're just blowing people's fucking gourds everywhere.
I don't like games where you're like the Jesus of the game, where you're like coming in and you're the do-all. I hate that style of game.
It's just Minecraft though.
So you hate every RPG ever made, basically.
No, because like, and I'm gonna get a lot of hit for this, but like White Knight Chronicles is kind of like right where I like. Right, White Knight Chronicles, you're the sidekick. I liked that game. Or like Final Fantasy Tactics, where your party is the underdog. Right, you're not the focus. There's something else happening, and then you're coming into the story. Like I like that. I don't like being the I don't like the hero's journey story archetype where it's like you're the unknown savior of the world and you're gonna be the do all. I don't like Skyrim and that kind of shit. I hate that. Fallout, you're somehow predestined to be the best person. You can do everything. I hate that style of game.
There's a little bit of story that explains why you can build, but the thing is, you are like the chosen one. But the cool part is you're teaching everybody else how to build as you go, and then together you like grow. I mean, I'm only on the first part because it's very like chapter based. But
that's kind of your tutorial, is that you're
we're building
teaching other people.
We're building the city back sort of together. It's more like they give you quests to do something, but then once you do it, they're like, "Oh, I get it," and then they'll start cooking or they'll start making furniture or decorations because you built a workshop or a kitchen.
Right.
But it's I like it a whole lot. It controls pretty good. It looks fucking great. I don't know anything about Dragon Quest, so I lose a little bit there probably. There's those blue slime things.
Oh yeah, the little
That everybody
it
loves.
looks like a chocolate chip with a blueberry instead.
Yeah, those things are out there.
Yeah.
I kill those.
Yeah,
I get blue goo from them.
Doesn't sound like it's for me.
That's good.
I'm
That's
glad
really
you love
good.
it.
Yeah, it's definitely not for me.
And I don't mind the
mean-
hero's journey. I like the hero's journey.
I don't mind a hero's
Teach their
journey.
own, man.
It's hard to find a game that's not a hero's journey, no matter what type it is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
If you kill 9 million people in a game and work your way from the beginning to the end, it was sort of kind of a hero's journey, even if you were a sidekick.
yeah, I guess, like, I have my games that I like that are that way. I just prefer games that aren't that, you know? I don't like that kind of story. I don't like that if you've listened to episodes 1 through 201, or if you have listened periodically to the show, you know that my biggest gripe with any game is where you are the biggest badass. I don't like that. I don't like being the baddest ass dude or girl in a game.
And
it's not
just
my thing.
to clear it
But
up,
I
it's
do
not
love, like, Tomb
because
Raider.
he's just tired of being like that in real life. Because he's not a badass in real life either.
Right, but I mean, I do enjoy games like Tomb Raider, right? Where I like the game where, like, I don't know. I guess there are just some times where I enjoy that, you know, where
I know what you're saying, but you're definitely not a badass in Dragon Quest Builders.
yeah,
You're fighting
I
with a
guess, like,
fucking twig.
yeah, that's true.
Like,
I mean, as long as you don't become the overpowered, like, I can do things that other people can't, like, that doesn't bother me. But when, you know, kind of like Uncharted and Tomb Raider, like, there's never a point where the enemy is outmatched by you know?
this game's just not serious enough for that to be the case.
Yeah.
Like, it's goofy and it's fun and it's cartoony and it's like, it's just not set up to be that way. Even if it is that way, like, it's still not, because you're just building a fucking kitchen.
Yeah.
And then people make food that you can go get out because you have to eat. Like, it's just like, even though you're the one guy in the whole world that can do this, and you're going to bring the world back together and defeat evil by building cities and stuff again, because people are basically just thankless drones that wander around.
Yeah.
But you're just a normal, like, they have all the same abilities. They fight just as well as you do. Like, there's nothing special about you other than you have a fucking hammer.
Can you free build? Or
Yeah.
is it one of those things like each mission the world resets?
It resets. There is a free build mode, but you can free build within each level though. Also, so you could play one level forever if you never want to advance and just build it all the way up.
Right, but you can't, like, everything you build doesn't carry over as the game advances.
And then unless you're in free mode, the free build mode, which I actually don't think you get till you complete the story.
Which seems pretty pointless if you don't have anybody to show.
Yeah, I thought it would bother me more to not be able to have this, like, persistent world that I kept building up. But as you play, like, you realize, like, people want specific things, and it's not about how you want to build them.
Right.
Like, you can make them look however you want, but, like, if you have to build a workshop, then you need to follow a blueprint to get you there. At least in this tutorial world, and I assume the areas get bigger as you go, because now I know what it takes to make a workshop, so I don't have to stay within the plans anymore.
Yeah.
But like this first one, as you get blueprints, it shows you, like, a general idea of how big it should be and what it has to have in it. And you have to complete that blueprint, and then after that you can just build them willy-nilly. So, like, you work within the constraints of, like, the town that you have, and it hasn't bothered me at all. Like, I'm excited to move on to see what I can build at the next place.
Maybe when that game hits $19.99, I'll pick it up. Who knows?
Yeah, it was on sale for... it was a $59 game, so it was on sale for $49 last week at Best Buy.
Yeah.
But Target will have the buy two get one coming up again, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got to get it
Black
in on
Friday.
that one the next time it pops up.
Right.
Black Friday.
I ain't going out on Black Friday. They better have it for the whole weekend.
They'll have it online too.
Yeah. 'Cause I need to
Monday.
I need Tomb Raider, the anniversary edition. I need Battlefield 1. I need the Lego Harry Potter games on PS4. There's something else. I need Farming Simulator 17.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy into that this year. We're gonna play Farming Simulator multiplayer this year. I'm tired of leaving you hanging, dude.
I'm super pumped.
Yeah, I'm tired of leaving you hanging on that one.
Dan,
and
get in.
there's a couple others that I'm gonna grab.
Get in, Dan.
No.
This is gonna be a big gaming year for me, and I didn't expect it to be.
That's every year for me.
Also, been having we've been having the adult conversation of whether or not I can buy a $400 race wheel and PlayStation VR.
The answer is yes.
About $900 to play Drive Club VR. We had that conversation last night.
The answer is yes. I'm gonna allow it.
So
I want to know. No, I want to know how that conversation went for real.
well, you'll know if you see me online.
It didn't go well. It didn't go well.
I mean, I don't have it right now, so I didn't. The first. Yeah, I'm chipping away at her.
Right.
You know.
So you're doing that annoying Matt thing till finally she's going to give in just to get you to shut the fuck up.
The same way that we ended up living in the same house. I'm just wearing her down, dude.
That's right. It's what you got to do. You just grind them down till they give up.
Exactly.
You're looking for a crack in that armor, and then you just fucking dig at it.
That's right.
Yep. That's how we ended up dating. That's how we ended up living together. That's how our marriage is going to go.
You think
That's how
she would?
Everything's.
You think she'd see this move coming?
You think she'd know by now? Maybe she does. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe she likes to watch you struggle.
Ah.
You could have got VR 6 months ago, but it's more fun like this.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Yeah, she likes watching me sweat when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm glad you added that last part because it got weird for a second.
Yeah.
She likes watching me sweat.
Dude, let me tell you a story. I know this is going to bleed into the news, and I'm not trying to take over the news that's coming up for you, but
I'm gonna derail it anyways.
The NES Classic came out. I didn't know I wanted it until we walked into a Target, and I picked up the little flyer, opened it up, said NES Classic's available for $59.99. And this, like, cold chill came over my body, dude. I started sweating. And we weren't there for any reason. We just started walking around. And she's like, cool, let's go look at the soap. Let's look at the face wash. Let's do all the girly stuff. Let's go do this, that, and the other. And I start, like, pacing. And I'm, like, sweating. And my stomach starts turning. I'm like, I just got to go back there and see if they've even got these fucking things. Like, suddenly I have to have one. I became physically ill. Like, trying to walk from the front of Target
That's every
to
day
the
of my
back
life.
of Target, trying to see if they had an NES Classic. And I got back there, and they didn't have one. And I'm just like, fuck it, let's go home, done for the night. Like, depression level stuff.
If there's
when
a thing I want that I can afford, I'm like that.
Me too.
Like, if it exists and I can't afford it, I'm like that.
You ever, like, be going back to, like, buy a game from wherever, but you're doing, like, the little 6-year-old bounce where you're like, oh my god, I'm about to get it. I can't fucking wait.
No, but I get the excitement blinders. Like, somebody could get shot in the face, like, 2 feet away from me, and I don't care. I'm, like, focused on getting to the electronics
Yeah, I get that
section
too.
somewhere.
I got, like, a big shit-eating grin on my face, and I'm walking faster than normal. I got a little pep, and I'm just thinking about how good it's going to be to finally get it.
Yep.
You get to a brand new Best Buy, and you're like, cool, where's the video game section? And people are like, hey, can I help you out? And you're like, you don't even hear them. You just, like, blow right past them.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I hate about Best Buy. Why you're talking about Best Buy. It's the worst thing about Best Buy. Is that if you're in there specifically for something, 40,000 people are going to ask you if you need help. If you actually need help, they're fucking gone.
I mean, Ryan's theory on Best Buy is that if you walk in and you're just shopping, you're just there to waste time, everybody in that store will approach you to say, hey, can I help you buy something? If you're there to, like, get something, you can't find a fucking soul to help you.
Yeah, I think
and it's 100% true.
Put an RFID tracker on you when you come in and they label you.
Yeah, it's 100% true.
That's how they know. So I finally got something that I've wanted for a really long time.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Mad Max.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
You know I didn't play it. I just wanted it.
He just wanted it on the shelf.
But I this whole time I've been like, I want to find it for $20, and I still want it to be the one that comes with, like, the Reaper.
Uh-huh.
So I don't want it used. And it's I mean, this game is held on pretty, like, it finally got down to $20 at Best Buy. But I didn't buy it because I was buying the case for my VR, and sometimes you have to make life choices. And I went back and it wasn't $20 anymore, and I was like, well, fuck. But then GameStop sent me a $5 off. They had it for $20 new, so I paid $15 for it.
Nice.
And I feel real good about it. I had that moment, like, when I walked in. They didn't have it out on the shelf, and I was, like, ready to punch a baby. And so I go over there, and I'm like, hey, do you have Mad Max new? And the guy looked at me like I asked for, like, elephant cum. And he's like, well, we have it pre-owned. Well, that's great, because I didn't ask for that.
Right.
And so he goes over there and he digs out a shrink wrap copy, and I was like, how fucking sweet. How sweet it is.
GameStop's getting real annoying with their pre-owned stuff. They're in the They're in an all-time slump right now.
I mean, I get it. It's fine. But if I don't ask you for the pre-owned,
don't tell me.
Don't even offer it.
If I just say, do you have Mad Max, go for it. Or if I say, do you have a pre-owned, go for it. But if I say, do you have a new copy, never been tainted by your filthy fingers?
Right.
Do you have one of those? I don't want you to go, we got it pre-owned. Great.
Cool. Let's go ahead and tell me about all the other stuff that you have. I didn't ask for.
I like cabbage. Give me the new copy. So I did get that, and it felt like a little piece of me returned. Because I've wanted it ever since.
How long do you think it'll take you to play it?
Oh, I may never play it, but I wanted it back when I watched Dan play it.
Right.
And he bought it when it came out, so that's how long I've wanted this game. But sometimes you set a price and you can't break that price.
That's true.
That was my $20 was my ceiling for this game because I know I might not play it. A surefire way to get me to play it though would be for us to get $4 more on patreon.com/Gamestitch.
So that you'll do a Let's Play?
Because, well, then you guys get to pick a game from my back catalog to play, and you could pick that.
All right. I feel like that's coming. Don't worry.
I look through my options to see what may happen.
I think you need to put a comprehensive list up so that can be selected, or you just read a list off on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm going
the week
to,
that we hit
but
that
we're
goal.
going to put like if you've,
excuse me,
you know, it's going to be what qualifies as the back catalog because I have stuff that's shrink wrapped.
Anything that you haven't played.
But he doesn't want to open the shit up.
No, I don't mind opening. I'll open all of it. But I've dodged some bullets by his comment. Anything you've played, because I've played some stuff for a minute that I don't ever want to play again. So
yeah, I think back catalog for you is different than back catalog for me and Dan. Like it has to be a game that you haven't played yet. Whereas for me and Dan, it might be a game we haven't touched for a year or two.
I think I have 9 of them. So
9 games you haven't touched yet.
Yeah, anything that you've
that doesn't
only
count
played
PlayStation Plus. I have like 9 things that are still shrink wrapped.
Yeah, anything that you've only played for like an hour, or anything that you have never
I have
opened.
a great idea for Ryan's back catalog. So
as long as it's not Killzone.
It's not
Killzone.
I played that game for more than an hour.
Shadowfall?
Yeah,
that game's good, dude.
I don't want to play it. No.
What about?
I own every Killzone, and every time I get one, I'm like, why did I buy this? Every time, I own all of them.
You and I played Killzone 2 multiplayer.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
How you have such a distaste for guerrilla games, yet you're all in on Horizon.
Third person, bro. I don't hate their games. I hate first person.
I get that. You're right.
Obviously, there's something about them I like because I keep giving them a shot and they keep fooling me.
They look good and they're fun. That's what it is.
Even with like the PS4 came out, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get that Killzone. It looks pretty good.
Well, that was also the only game available.
I get it. I put it in. I'm like, God damn it! Like
I
this is more Killzone.
I didn't like Killzone for the.
It was fine. Shadowfall's fine. It was just Killzone though, and I don't like Killzone.
I think Shadowfall's opening hours is one of the prettiest games on PS4 still.
It's because you haven't played Farming Simulator.
That is true. There could be something spectacular about a Massey Ferguson at 60 frames per second that I just haven't experienced yet.
I don't think it runs at 60 either. Just
God damn it, I'm out.
It might if you're playing on that PlayStation Professional.
Yeah.
That PlayStation 4 Professional.
Yeah.
It launched, came out, I bought one. I can't tell you too much about it because I don't have a 4K HDR TV yet.
So right now it's a waste of money.
But it looks good. I like the design. But let me tell you, I had a moment when I got it. When you're opening something, you still have that same giddy feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So like I slit the label because I don't want to tear the box, and I like lift the flap up, and I'm like, yeah, here we go. Like I've never fucking seen a PlayStation before.
Right.
And I open it, and it's perfectly packed because why wouldn't it be? So I pull the system out, and I'm looking at it, and it's perfect. And I lay it down, and I go get the accessories out, and I'm like, yeah, it's HDMI cable. Like I need another one, and fucking charging cable, and I'm just so fucking pumped. And then I open the controller, and I'm like, this is the old fucking controller.
It doesn't have the new controller?
Hold on, it's a journey.
Yes, it does. It just looks the only difference between the controllers
this is the thing that I want, the new controller.
Hold on. You guys are getting ahead of the story. So I'm real upset. I'm like, it's the fucking top of the line PS4, and they can't even give me the new fucking controller with it. I'm like mad. I'm like slamming stuff down, and it's a process for me to hook this thing up because I got to take my old one back. I've got to hook the new one up. I had to switch shelves because I needed the VR to fit up there with it. So I was going to keep it permanently hooked up. So, like, it's probably an hour and a half start to finish for me to set this thing up before I turn it on. And I'm just stewing this entire time. And as soon as I hit the button to turn it on, I realize it lights up on top because the touchpad is translucent. But you can't tell.
Oh.
So it's like side by side, you wouldn't know the difference, but somehow it can see through where it couldn't before. Like whatever is behind the touchpad that keeps that light from shining through, they just got rid of that part because you can't tell the difference.
Gotcha. So I wonder if I can modify my existing controllers.
I don't know, but it just like the relief just washed over me, and I was like, they're okay.
I'm gonna take a PS4 controller apart today and see if I can do that.
They're all right. It's just a little tiny strip that lights up on top, and it's very like toned down. It's super nice. Like it doesn't bother you. It's not bright enough to shine up, but if you look down, you can see it.
So take one of these hot shots apart.
Yeah, you could take that apart. We're gonna break the news a little bit, but while we're talking about this fancy controller that got me excited, they have a camo green one coming out.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
And they have silver and gold coming out in the new style.
Yeah. So when it was PS3, man, we bought like every color that came out. It's like we were in a race for it, and I remember collecting them, and I loved it. With PS4, I don't have that desire to own every color. Like I don't want the blue and the red and the gold and the silver, the pink. You know, I still have my colored controllers for PS3, but
I want them all. I just can't afford them all anymore.
Yeah, I don't feel the desire to have them like I did on PS3.
I have I have the new one now. I have two black regular ones, like launch ones, and then I have the Uncharted one. And I always will reach for the Uncharted one first.
Yeah,
I have
this is my baby, my
just
20th anniversary. That's really the only one I care about.
I've always wanted that, but I never got it.
I love it, man. It's got that old logo on it.
Let me ask you another important question. Did you guys get an email from PlayStation Store giving you an avatar?
No.
I did not.
I'm trying to figure out if it's a limited thing or not, or if everybody got one. But it appears everybody didn't get one because I've checked with a few people now.
No, because you know what it's.
I don't see.
You know what it's for? They're giving free stuff away to anybody who had a PS Plus account or something.
Yeah, for 10 years.
For 10 years.
I'm going to find you this email. It's really nice.
Wow. 10 years.
It's titled, "Thank you for being with us from the beginning." But it also kind of seems like the kind of email they would send out to everybody. Celebrating a decade of downloads. Thank you for being there from the very beginning. And then it's got like awesome little fun facts. Like, do you remember the first time we officially met, February 16th, 2007, which is obviously the day I got my PS3 and turned it on. Your first friend, now you have 42. The first trophy you earned, total hours since we last checked in. Then it gives some facts about them, and then it says a little gift. You received an exclusive avatar to use on your PS4, and you can find it in your profile under in your settings under profile. And it's a little 10-year like badge for the PlayStation Store.
So,
it looks pretty good.
That's not for everybody now. It's exclusive to...
That's pretty cool. Now, I wonder if, like, let's say somebody missed that first mark on 10 years, but they hit 10 years in 2 months. Like, do they get that email again, or is it just a one-time shot thing?
I guess it's a one-time shot thing because the store just turned 10.
Right.
Because it launched with the PS3. So I'm assuming that that's it. But also the person that has listed as my first friend, I don't remember being my first friend. Like, I know this person. I mean,
care to share?
I mean, I know this person. They're still on my friends list. They're somebody I know. They are a friend of mine. I don't remember them being the first person I added on my PS3 though. But I assume that it knows better than I do. But when I saw that, I was like, huh, I didn't think that was my first friend. The first trophy I earned is Fashion Sense. Let's see what that's even for. Will it tell me?
Oh my god, I hope it's something embarrassing.
They won't even tell me what it's for. Fashion Sense. I'll have to check this. What do you think it's for?
What were the first games that you had?
Well, I don't remember.
Maybe something for Uncharted?
It would have to be a launch title.
No, because the first Uncharted didn't even have trophies when I played through it.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot that.
Fashion Sense. Man, maybe a Little Big Planet trophy. LBP1.
Yeah, it could be. But that doesn't sound right either.
Yeah, because that's too far after trophies started.
That's why I wonder if some of these are. Yeah, see, it is a Little Big Planet trophy.
Yeah.
But there's. See, I wonder, maybe the store didn't launch right when the PS3 came out. Because that wasn't. I mean, I played plenty of shit before that.
Yeah, Little Big Planet was kind of like the second cycle.
See, it came out October 2008. There's no way that was the first trophy I earned. You're saying I had this thing for a year and didn't earn a trophy?
And you never popped a trophy? Yeah, that's not possible.
Right.
Well, it didn't launch to... PS3
you know
didn't
what?
launch with trophies,
It
did
didn't
it?
launch with trophies,
There
though.
you
Yeah,
go.
that was an update.
That's how it happened. Yeah, that's how it happened.
So probably what happened was... Yeah, well...
I played a bunch of shit without trophies.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how come you didn't pop them for Uncharted the first time you played through it.
Well, nobody popped them for Uncharted the first time they played through it.
Well, yeah, if you waited to play through it, you did.
Yeah.
I guess so.
This guy didn't. Anyways, I thought that was cool. And I only know one other person with it, but I didn't know if that's just because I know you guys don't read the PlayStation emails.
That's not true.
So you just delete them like last week when you didn't know about how long we've been playing and stuff because you guys just delete the emails.
No, because I told you that I had one, remember?
You just delete them.
Get that? Yeah, I still didn't get that email.
It's just on the top of some like random emails. There's no rhyme or reason to which ones they
Check
send it
every
on.
email they send you because like every other one just has an update about you in it.
Yeah, I don't think I get emails from PlayStation.
Oh, that's on you. I don't know how you sleep at night.
Right.
Yeah, they may get like automatically turned as turned to red and then put in a folder. Also, I have like some pretty heavy filters on my email, so I only see the important shit.
An email from Sony is important.
Well, I'll tell you what about
Sure.
fucking Sony though. I get an email on like Saturday that lets me know everything that was updated in the store the previous Tuesday.
Yeah, I know. I do too. I don't know who that's for. That's not for us.
And
Like,
I've
I knew
already looked all
Tuesday,
through there
right.
to see. But Matt doesn't get them because he's not even...
It's fine. I'll live.
I mean, but would you feel better if Sunday you knew what came out Tuesday?
Yeah, I guess.
Previous Tuesday, most importantly.
Right. Wouldn't you feel better?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll tell you what else might make you feel better.
Okay.
You head over to patreon.com/Gamestitch.
Mm-hmm.
And
What's over there?
And, well, that's our Patreon page. That's where you could support us for doing this very podcast. You don't have to. It's fine. This podcast is always going to be free, but you could throw us a couple bones.
Ooh, bones.
Yeah, you could throw us a couple bones and make this podcast better. We're only $4 away from playing our back catalogs.
That's true.
And we get to pick each other's.
That's going to be fun.
Right.
I got Ryan's in my sights. I know exactly what he's playing.
Yeah, so we'll split up, and each of us will take somebody, I assume. But I'm going to be nice. Like, I'm going to pick something I just want you to play.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not
am
going to be an asshole just to be an asshole, Dan.
Sure.
But I also know that it's something you have no reason to dislike.
Now, are we talking across all systems or just PS4?
PS4. I'm not going to hook.
Yeah, you want something that's easy to stream.
No, I'll put my Xbox One games in there, too. As long as it's easy for me to get in and play, yeah.
Okay, got it. Excuse me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the Wii U got taken down.
Right.
Uh,
It's kind of like burying a friend.
Really? I feel like you barely knew your friend named Wii U.
No, I played the Wii U a lot more than you guys know about.
I'll put Steam up there too, because I can stream Steam.
Yeah, and you guys have a ton of PlayStation Plus games too that I know you didn't play. I'm like, this looks like shit. Add to library.
Yeah, that Pump BMX Plus game that just came out this week is fan-fucking-tastic, by the way.
What is?
Pumped BMX that just came out with the free games.
I added it to my library.
It's incredible, dude. I've been working my way through that this week.
Make your way downtown.
Yeah.
Pumped.
Is that Michelle
Walking
Branch?
fast, faces pass. I'm homebound.
Is that Michelle Branch?
Nope. That is
That's the other one.
Vanessa Carlton.
Yeah, they're the same.
They're
the same,
not
yeah.
the same at all.
Yeah, they're
dude.
they're exactly
I love
the
Michelle
same.
Branch. No, dude, they're not. They don't even sound the same.
Michelle
there's
Branch. She did about one album and then like disappear.
So did Vanessa.
that?
Yeah, she became Vanessa Carlton.
Michelle Branch?
Right? Really? I thought she
Michelle
was.
Branch has
I thought she was on
4 or 5
Agents of
albums,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
dude. I have all of them.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'm a huge Michelle
The show
Branch
still
fan.
comes on?
Yeah.
Jeez. I thought for sure they would have canceled it.
Because she looks at the Michelle Branch and Vanessa Carlton both look like the girl who plays Chloe in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I don't think you guys know what Michelle Branch and Vanessa Carlton look like.
They're the same.
They're the same fucking person.
If I know what one looks like, I know what the other looks like.
They don't look anywhere close to each other.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
Matt.
yeah, you lose this one.
Didn't mean to step all
That's
over your
cool.
little crush there.
Which one do
You
you
guys
like?
go ahead. Michelle Branch. I
Both
met her
of
one
them,
time.
they're the same.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted them to try to tell me there was a difference again. In case this is your first time here and you waited 47 minutes to figure out what this is. It's the three of us giving our opinions about all things, including video games, and sometimes we get off topic. I know that'd be hard to believe at this point. But the podcast posts every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time on podcast services around the world. And you should continue to listen. You should subscribe. That would be the easiest way for you to listen to this podcast every week. Give that old subscription or a favorite or a whatever the weird-ass service you use does.
Stars or
Some
something.
of them do thumbs ups. I think on Stitcher, I think you favorite it.
Yeah. You just subscribe to the station.
Yeah, I think you favorite the
Stitcher.
station, though, and then it shows up under your favorites.
That's how
Yeah,
SoundCloud
that's how
works.
I do it.
That's how it works on iHeart, too. But on iTunes, you subscribe.
Yeah, iTunes is stupid. Unless that's all you have, and then by all means, be on iTunes.
That
listening
podcast
to us.
app is legit.
Yeah, it's way better than everything else, but
Yeah, that
iTunes, man, is unbearable.
It's separate, though. The podcast, like, store and everything is separate. Like, it's not in iTunes.
Yeah, but you have to download iTunes to be able to get it. iTunes, like, just
Well,
takes your system over.
It just comes in on the phone, so I don't know about that. I don't have iTunes on my computer either. Like, I just do everything through the phone, but that podcast app is fantastic. It's really, real good.
Yeah.
You should subscribe on there. You should rate us, too, while you're over there.
Give us
that
a
would be
thumbs up.
helpful.
Give us a like. Give us a favorite. Give us whatever, however the fuck it works on whatever
Give
you
us-
listen to.
All of you. You understand?
That's
Every
weird.
bit.
Isn't that a song?
Probably.
Had the best of you, now I want the rest of you.
I'm having a throat thing this morning. What is going on?
Or wait, is that I had the rest of you, now I want the best of you? Which order does that go in?
No, it's like
What are you talking about?
it's like
Dad knows.
I can't remember.
I'm going to find it. Hold on. We're going to give
I
out
think it's
bonus
I think
points.
it's the rest and best. I think it's
I had the rest of you, now I want the best of you.
yeah.
It's like a boy band too, right? Or is it just one guy?
That I can't remember.
I hope it's Enrique.
It's not Enrique.
Enrique is a boy band?
It's not
Yeah.
Enrique.
He is a boy band, all on his own.
It's not Enrique. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Told you. bonus
Goddamn
points.
right.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, dude, it's O-Town.
Yeah,
O-Town.
that's O-Town.
All or nothing. Fucking O-Town.
O-Town.
O-Town lyrics, all or nothing.
What did O-Town even stand for?
The original town.
I think it's
Orlando?
maybe.
Straight out of Florida?
It's hard to say. I don't really know what O-Town is.
Because I don't like names that are just random names that have no meaning behind them.
Yeah.
You know, like Backstreet Boys. Oh, I get it. They're the boys from the Backstreet. Yeah. The new kids on the block makes sense.
Yep.
What the fuck
They're
is
the
an
new kids.
O-Town?
It is I've had the rest of you, now I want the best of you.
All right. Can you tell us what O-Town means, though?
Yeah, sure I can.
Please?
Yeah, do that. Look it up, for God's sake.
Because this is
Like
exactly...
LFO? Light funky ones? You like that? You like LFO?
I assume that they're from like Orlando.
That's,
Yeah.
That's also the only O-Town I could think of.
I can't think of any other town that starts with O.
Oshawa.
There's Ooltewah, Tennessee.
O-Town is the American boy
Ooltewah.
band formed from the first season of MTV-produced reality television series Making the Band in 2000.
That's true, and that one guy died.
Um,
But what's it mean? Maybe O-Town is like, it's a metaphor for like, I'm going to take you to O-Town, girl. That's
oh, like your O face?
Yeah, like
Probably.
Orgasm Town.
I feel like that's probably not it.
I feel like that's probably closer to the truth than
You
anything
ready?
else.
I'm about to put this shit to rest.
Yeah, okay.
Take it
Yeah,
out
what is
behind
it?
the barn and shoot it in the face.
What
All
is it? Come on.
They're from Orlando, Florida.
Nah,
Fuck.
we called it.
Man, it felt good to get that closure, though, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, it does. I like knowing.
I love closure.
Of course you do. Everybody loves closure.
Boom.
Even the bad closure, you still need it.
It's still necessary in order for you
Yeah,
to move on through life.
That's right. All right, Dan. I made you wait long enough.
So excited. So excited.
There's a holiday recognized
so
by 12
excited.
people. Dan is one of those people.
Dan's the first 11.
On November 7th, these people get together and get stupid.
Mass Effect and 7 Day. Fuck you.
Go ahead, talk all about it. I want to hear
No,
all about
fuck
Mass
that.
Effect.
Fuck
Sell me
that.
on it. Sell me on it.
It's not for you. So you're not going to be able to be sold on it.
Oh, okay, hipster. I can't play it.
You don't even like it.
Yeah, sell me on it.
You don't
They've
even
had 3
like.
opportunities and they couldn't do it. Maybe you can.
I have tried. I got to sell you on the game. I haven't played the game.
What are we even talking about then?
N7 Day. No, N7 Day is designed by BioWare. It's every November 7th.
The
And
greedy card companies.
by Hallmark.
Right.
And it is generally where they share new information, stuff like that. They usually bring out something for whatever Mass Effect related thing they have in the works. This week, this N7 was no different. They brought out their Andromeda initiative, where you can join it and take little tests or watch videos and get a free special helmet for the game. Showed off some new video, some talkthroughs, nice glass. Yeah, chillin', bro. You look good. Yo.
Keep going.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot to it. It was mostly just more information about, well, not even necessarily good information. It basically gave story information about Mass Effect Andromeda. Everything is actually available for pre-order that day. They highlighted the deluxe and collector's editions. Nothing outrageous. There's really nothing to sell to anybody. If you're into Mass Effect, you pay attention to N7 Day. If you aren't into Mass Effect, you will never pay attention to N7 Day. There is no convincing you.
For a guy that's that excited, though, I thought you'd be more. I thought you'd sell me on this.
I don't have to. I don't know. I like what I like. I don't give a fuck if anybody else likes it. That includes you.
Why wouldn't you want me to play it so we could talk about it?
Because I've tried that, and all you ever do when I do that is you're like, "Oh, this game's fucking shit. I fucking hate this game."
I'm not mad. Don't talk to me that way.
That's what you said.
When did I say that? I've never even played a Mass Effect.
The Division.
That game was shit, and you know that it was shit. Because I jump in it, and it has me fighting people that are 2 levels below you, and I'm a fucking level 1. I have one-shot kill on everything. That game was broken when I played it.
It was, but you won't give it another try.
No, you got a shot.
What can you tell me before you guys get too far off the rails? Because I actually am kind of interested in Andromeda.
Okay.
Was there anything as far as information that came out that you can tell me about the game that's going to make me want to play it versus the other 3? So where I am in Mass Effect, I played Part 1 and Part 2. And Part 3 I breezed through. Like, I did not investigate fully because I did not like Part 2 as well. So is Andromeda, am I getting a whole new story? Am I getting a prequel? Like, what am I getting out of this?
Well,
did they reveal any information?
They
like
did,
that?
and it's interesting that you ask about that, because what they have done is a lot of people have been curious, how after the way Mass Effect 3 ended, it's like there's no way for it to tie in, what's it going to be, blah, blah, blah. From my understanding, from what I've seen, the beginning of the game takes place 600 years before Mass Effect 1. However, due to and what their mission, where they're being sent off to, takes place 600 years before the original, or the first Mass Effect. But what happens is, due to the cryos and all that, to get where they have to go to the Andromeda system, when they wake up, it is taking place in Mass Effect 2.
That makes sense.
So it kind of, while not directly relating to the first 3 Mass Effects and Shepard's story, it, in a certain sense, there's at least a reflection of it.
They're in a parallel. It's in the same time, so it's like a parallel story. Like it's not necessarily directly correlating to what happens in Mass Effect, the original trilogy. That's cool. So I assume that Andromeda, meaning they're in the Andromeda Galaxy, like this is going to be based somewhat on, like it's not. So I guess this is going to be kind of weird. Like so the Andromeda Galaxy exists, and we have a speculative idea of what's there. So is this game going to be more grounded in things that that's hard to, I don't know exactly how to, like, is it going to be a little bit closer to something, like, is it going to be a little bit more like grounded science fiction, or is it going to be still like the hyper science fiction of Mass Effect, the original trilogy? Do you know?
That they haven't, we don't really know that. It is gonna, basically this team, your main character is going to be the Pathfinder. The Pathfinder is about explorers, I think they are.
Right.
And your father was a Pathfinder for his explorer group. So the explorers go out and they are exploring these new galaxies, and they're comprised of different species, alien species, and your character is going to be the Pathfinder, who is is like the leader of that explorer group. And they wake up, all that time away, and we don't really know if it's going to be. It's going to have biotics. It's going to have alien species. I've got to believe that it's going to be very similar to the first 3 Mass Effects as far as the science fiction of it goes.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure, but I'm thinking, have you seen the trailer for Valerian?
No.
Valerian, was it Land of a Thousand, or Land of a Thousand Cities, something like that? It looked, it looked like it's going to be very, very Luc Besson.
Okay.
Science fiction. Fifth Element, Valerian, along those lines.
Yeah. I hope that. Yeah, I like that, where there's some acknowledgement of the timeline that you and I live in,
right?
And like the things that we're aware of, but it's still hyper science fiction. Mass Effect, the original trilogy, didn't have that so much. They used the same like language that we do to describe what their like space and galaxies and like what their things are, but there was no reference to anything that we would be able to point to and say, hey, we know of we know what the Andromeda Galaxy is. Like there wasn't much of that in Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
So I'm more curious about the game if Andromeda points back to things that we recognize now, like things that we're aware of, and less things that are completely imagined.
Right. Well, I think we'll find out. We haven't gotten all the information on the game yet. They basically just have thrown out a few more, pretty pictures, giving us an idea of the synopsis of how the game's going to go. Gone over some of the different characters that are going to be in it. It looks, I'm super excited for it. I went out and pre-ordered it, paid it off that day.
Dang.
I don't know that a collector's edition die-cast metal remote control Nomad is probably the most unlawsuit way to have fun with your fans. Somebody's going to get cut on that fucking thing.
Probably. It'll be like those collector's editions. You pay for it, you wait for it, and then 2 days before it's released, they tell you it's not actually going to come out.
Oh, right.
And then they're just
it
like,
doesn't come with the game either. Fucking EA. Pieces of shit.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like it that they started doing that.
I don't like the collector's editions that don't come with the game.
Yeah.
They're for true fans.
Yeah, but nobody's buying the collector's stuff without buying the game. Like, nobody's collecting the video game collectibles without also buying the game.
It's
Pisses
fine.
me off.
I'm gonna allow it.
It's not fine.
It's weird.
Fuck you.
That's weird.
I'm gonna allow it only because it's not me.
Right.
Right.
I can't wait till it happens to you. And I'm going to be like, oh, I allow it.
Please tell me what game I play that's going to get a collector's edition like that. Because Farming Simulator ain't getting one.
No, it's not.
We may never get another Little Big Planet. I mean,
not after that disaster the Part 3 was.
Which is bullshit because that wasn't Media Molecule.
Yeah, well, Dreams, that's going to come out and be
that ain't going to have a collector's edition.
Yeah, it's hardly going to be a game, I think.
Right. All right, let's move forward. Did you get all your Mass Effect out?
Yeah, all my Mass Effect is out because you're not bored out of your skull anymore. You can stop.
Look, that game looks pretty, and I'm sure it's going to be great, and I would like to play it or at least try it at some point, but I need to see some gameplay sometime before we get there.
We've seen gameplay.
Not enough. Not enough to convince me of anything.
Okay, that's fair.
BioWare is going to have to really change their formula up for how their RPG stuff works for me to give a shit. That was my biggest complaint with Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 was they didn't change the formula. I felt like I was playing another game with just new characters.
Maybe they have changed it. We wouldn't know because we haven't seen enough.
Yeah, well,
like that's the
true.
thing. Like there are things that would get me to play that game, but I need to see some of them. I know it looks pretty, of course. Yeah, that was never the problem. But
yeah, I just need it to not parallel another game that they've released within the last decade.
Right. Well, I don't even need that. I need it to put its hooks in me, and I don't care about the cinematics or the story. Like I want to see the gameplay.
Yeah.
I'm transitioning over to only care about gameplay. Like I don't care anymore about. I like a good story. It's fine, but like I just want a game that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go either way. You have to go all story, and I don't care about the gameplay, or you have to go gameplay. But on a AAA big budget, I just want gameplay. I just want something fun. $60 is a lot of money. I want to have fun with whatever I buy.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I don't.
So do I to a point, but
I just want to have fun.
I want a fucking story and shit. And
yeah, I mean,
good
story's
story,
fine,
good characters. I want all that.
Like Deformers is $40, and it more or less has no story. I can't wait to play that game. Like I just want something fun. I'm just getting too old for bullshit. Just give me something fun to play.
Right. So Deformers does not look amazing to me.
But it gets back to the roots
that we
of
would have
why we started playing games.
I understand that we would have fun with it, the three of us. But I guarantee you we would have fun with it for about a grand total of an hour and a half, and that's not worth $40 to me.
No, you said the same thing about Rocket League. Look at that.
I did not say the same thing about Rocket League.
Yeah, it's just another game we're not going to play for very long.
I was all in on Rocket League. Do not give me that bullshit.
Go back, see who beat the drum on Rocket League. Just go back. Listen.
I know who beat the drum on it. Both of us.
That game has weathered the storm.
Yeah,
it survived. It's a survivor. And it's not easy to do, but I think Deformers will be fun, and I'm trying to convince at least 3 or 4 people I know to get it because I think that game could also be a Rocket League. Not as good, but something that we can play like nightly.
Not for $40.
Well, fuck, that's cheap. $39 for a game that
Rocket
could
League
have
was
endless
free.
amount of fun.
Rocket League was free.
I think it was $20.
It was free.
You got it for free, but it's a $20 game. Plus, I like what I actually, and this is one of the few times I'll say this, I like what GameStop is doing. Like, they don't seem to be fucking with the developers. They're putting the games out as cheap as possible on physical media. Besides, like, really pushing the pre-order bonuses or the pre-orders for those games, like, I like what they're doing. Like, Song of the Deep was $15. And that game's incredible. Like, I really like what they're doing with Game Trust. I think it's smart. That's how they're trying to stay alive, is by making good, cheap games that you have to go in and buy. And that's one of the few moves that I think makes sense. Awesome. On a pile of shit that I don't understand. Like, I don't understand Think Geek or the partnership with Cricket.
Why there's luggage
in
the stores now.
Like, why I have to, like, wade through the Pikachu's plushies
to get to, like, the wall of 15 video game cases
which is now like 5 games faced out and everything else is bookend.
Yeah.
There's 200 games at the bottom and 5 games faced out. There's like one strip face out.
It's very weird. They're in an all-time slump. I don't know if you've seen the numbers, but they are like, they not only have had, so PS4 was the closest they ever got to getting back to where they were in the PS2 heyday, right? Like they kind of crept back up into PS3 territory, but they're at like man, they're like hurting bad to the point where like managers aren't salaried anymore. They're like firing people for not mentioning pre-order. Like GameStop's getting bad. There's a subreddit for it, and if you want to see how bad GameStop is, go see what the like employees are saying about working there.
Well, that's where I get all my important information is Reddit.
I mean, it's a good place for employees to anonymously discuss what's going on within their company. I think it's not a bad place to go survey and see what GameStop's like.
Or it's a good place for someone who hates GameStop to make up a whole story.
Right.
Well, possible also. But I mean, you see a lot of defensive GameStop over there, too, just as much as you see the bad stuff.
Here's the thing, though. They just said on a Paul Raines, CEO, he said on an earnings call the other day that they didn't get the impact they were expecting from Call of Duty and Battlefield and Titanfall. But what they don't understand is people are still buying those physical. They're just not buying them from them because they don't offer anything.
Right. They don't offer a 20% discount on brand new games.
When Amazon and Best Buy are both doing it and you still refuse to offer anything to get people to buy their game from you other than a fucking skin, like it's not enough. You can't have Target doing a buy two get one free the week of when all of those games are out. Right. You can't have everybody else giving 20% off and then think your sales are going to be as strong. Like they're very Nintendo when it comes to offering discounts.
Yeah, your $15 Pro card, the thing that's the same price at Best Buy and the thing that's $5 more expensive through Amazon should give you a discount on brand new games that at least matches their 20%, and then give the 10% off on pre-owned games still if you want to. But I mean, you can't. They alienate a large part of the market. A lot of the discussion that I've seen is they push pre-owned so hard, and you go tell them like, "Hey, I'm not ever going to buy pre-owned. All I care about is going in and buying a brand new game in shrink wrap because I don't want somebody else's cruddy hands all over it. That's what I want." They're like, "Well, then you're not the customer for us."
The problem is,
but not. A lot of people don't buy pre-owned.
Right, but if a pre-owned's only $5 cheaper and they're only giving you 10% off of it,
right,
they can't then give you 20% off a new one.
Well, I mean, that's for them to figure out.
Then they have to change that, and that's where they still think their bread and butter is. And maybe it is. I mean, I don't know what their money looks like, but
that's their bread and butter if they're selling. If they're not selling, they don't have any bread and butter.
To me, it's ludicrous to get on a call and say, "Oh, sales weren't as strong as we thought." No shit.
Yeah.
There is literally no reason to buy it from you. None. Not a single reason to buy it from you.
Yeah. I mean,
everywhere else is cheaper.
Yep. It's like the thought has never crossed their mind to sell more with a lower margin.
Right. Or just price match.
Right.
Like, you don't even have to do the deals yourself. Just price match.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be the only place that people want to go because you're beating everybody else's deals. You will make the money in quantity, not in holding out for the profit margins. Like, it's never crossed their fucking minds.
I don't know how someone can be more convenient than Amazon.
Yeah, it's hard.
The
Day
fact
one
that
delivery.
I can go to work, come home, and it'd be on my doorstep and cheaper than I could have stopped and wasted my time buying.
Yep.
Right, and nobody has to ask you 1,000 questions.
No one tried to sell me something I didn't want.
Right,
I still got a pre-order bonus.
Yeah. You get a pre-order bonus. You get 20% off on the collector's edition. It's on your doorstep on day one, and you don't have to like fight through a crowd to get it.
And by the way, now they're giving Prime members a free Twitch subscription every month.
Yes, they are.
Like, how fucking convenient are you for me? And in some places, they're doing midnight deliveries. Not here, not where I'm at, but in big cities, you can get your game at midnight. They'll bring it to you at midnight to play.
Oh my God.
Prime members, man, that free Twitch subscription and the free monthly gift. There's a free like this month it was a League of Legends character.
Right.
Like,
but this is a company that gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon's always been really.
Oh, these people have choices?
Yeah. They've always been very much about the consumer's choice and catering to the ability to choose.
Totally, but it's like nobody at GameStop ever said, they could buy it somewhere else.
Right.
It's like no one's ever said that in the room with the it would just like everything would stop if someone said that, and they're like, "Wait, what?"
Well, I mean, I'm sure that you guys remember the attitude that was GameStop when we were there. There was that attitude of, "Okay, we'll go buy it there."
Yeah, but I think it was true then.
Right, because you didn't get the savings and that kind of thing that you can get now.
And they didn't have pre-order bonuses, and there were shortages, and it's a different world. Like with games coming out digital, they never run out anymore. There's never a time you can't find something anymore. Mm-hmm. So that mentality to me You're right. It was there when we were there, but it never went away. But it was true then, and it's not now. Like, I didn't have a problem telling somebody pre-order you weren't going to get it because I knew they weren't going to get it.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was a small part of me that felt warm and fuzzy every time I shot that guy down that wouldn't pre-order it because I didn't have any copies.
Yeah.
Even though it's a really shitty thing. Right. It's a shitty
No, it's
thing.
not a shitty thing. It's awesome.
I mean, it's that thing of, I always hated to do that to the guy that I knew that came in and didn't pre-order, and he came in on a release day and we didn't have one. I always hated to tell him that, but I also always kind of that same thing of, like, in the back of my mind, I wanted to be like, I told you so, douchebag.
Right.
Right.
Like, it's not that I don't want to help you. It's not that I don't want your business or I don't want to be your friend or I don't want to have you in my store.
Right.
But, like, when I tell you to do something, it's not because I'm trying to, like, when I'm trying to help you, like, take that help.
Right.
Sorry, pre-orders only.
You thought I was
Yeah.
trying to scam you. It turns out, fuck you.
Turns out I'm on your side.
Yeah, I'm on your side. We're in this
after you
together, my
guys-
friend.
After you guys left the company, I was still there for a couple of years, and it did turn into that thing of we kept telling people that, but we would still get 100 copies of the game in.
And that's where it gets
extra.
broken. That's
Right.
where it stops
So
working.
It did break itself eventually because they saw how those shortages affected customer experience, and so they started over ordering it, but they didn't tell us to. They told us to keep telling people if you don't pre-order, you won't get it, and then people would come in on release day, and we'd have to hand it to them anyway.
Yeah.
So, it's that old school, like, broken ass thinking.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Broken
I don't know what they do, but they're going to have to figure something out. But you don't get on a fucking call with your shareholders and be like, we don't know. We thought these 3 games were going to sell well. It's like, come on. It did, just not for you.
Yeah.
Assholes. Oh, what'd you call them? What'd you call them? Saying, go busted ass GameStop. What'd you call them?
Remember.
Crusty
I don't
motherfuckers.
I don't remember.
They seriously have to look at their business model and know that used may not be the future.
Yeah,
No.
used is still great. Like, keep it there because there are kids who come in and trade in their old games, and all they want's that used copy of Madden. But
how do you
gamers
keep
are
me
grown
there,
ups
though? Right? How do
now.
you keep me there?
Yeah. That's the thing is GameStop is pretending like the demographic is 12-year-olds always. Gaming demographic is us when we were 12, and now it's us when we're 30, and it's going to be us when we're 50. Like, gaming isn't like staying in the same spot for the same kids. The like buy a disc game, that's our generation's thing.
Right. It's just
GameStop
like
will go away when we do.
GameStop's going to go away for the same reason the Blockbuster went away.
Right.
Because the people
GameStop
who rented
exists with us.
videotapes
Died.
Yeah.
went away.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, they because they died. They got too old, or they died. Like they're not here anymore.
So
They didn't
And GameStop will
necessarily
go away when
die,
we're
but
not here
Jesus
anymore.
Christ.
okay, so but it's just I don't know. They can change and they can survive. Like GameStop can have a place selling video games and video game propaganda. Like they're fine. But they have to get over their... See, if you go back and listen to the old episodes, I say over and over the reason I buy from GameStop is because it's convenient.
Right.
I don't like them. I don't enjoy the atmosphere. It's convenient.
But
I've
what's
tried to
happened in
pre-order
4
at other
years?
places.
What's
Right.
happened in 4 years is they are no longer
Other
convenient.
places have
Convenient.
become convenient.
Yeah.
Like I just said, I don't know how you beat the convenience of Amazon. I have it the same day it comes out without going anywhere for
Right.
cheaper with a bonus. Like, how do you beat that?
Yeah.
Like, GameStop needs to get creative if they want me to come in. You have to have a better pre-order bonus. You have to have the 20% off. Like, how you're not going to get me to shop there anymore out of convenience when you're not as convenient as somebody else.
And that's the thing.
Pre-order
is-
bonus really doesn't matter anymore either because those pre-order bonuses, they're not exclusive. They come out later.
But you know it matters to me to have it first. Let's
Yeah,
be
but I
clear,
mean-
that matters just as much.
But I mean, you're going to
true.
get that shit later anyway. It doesn't matter.
Right, but I want
So-
it
Not
before
point.
you.
Not the point.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a Mass Effect skin before Dan did,
I would lose my fucking shit.
and I would be so excited. I'll tell you, talk about how to get me to play that game. Give me something Dan can't have. I'll stream that shit out every day. I'll title it, Dan, watch this, episode 1. I'll just send him the link all day long. We touched on it earlier, and I don't want to go too crazy, but speaking of things you can't have the NES Classic.
Nope.
This pisses me off.
You
Because
can want
Nintendo
it.
pulled a Nintendo and did their thing.
Guess what? We don't have enough of them.
Great.
All you guys are all talking about them now? Great. Oh, this didn't cost us anything? Perfect. It's on like Today, Good Morning America. They're all talking about this.
Yeah.
Everyone wants this NES Classic. Nobody can get it. And Nintendo is doing what Nintendo does. They're sitting on a warehouse full of them, and they'll send them out a little bit at a time to keep you holding on to that dream.
Yep.
I don't know any of this. I just know Nintendo. That's how they roll.
That's exactly what they're doing. That's what they did with the Wii. That's what they did with the Wii U.
You create a drought to make yourself more desirable.
Right.
If I can't have it and I want it, it must be good. Like if I can't get one, if everyone else got them all, that has to be good.
That's the thing.
What drives me crazy is the prices that people are selling them for on eBay and Amazon.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
$500-$700.
Yeah, you bought it for $59.99. You're selling it for $500. Get the fuck out of here.
People are buying them.
Yeah, that's even stupider. Are the people who are actually paying the money to have one?
Yeah.
Like it's not like there aren't going to be more. Jesus Christ, what happened? You had an earthquake over there, Ryan?
It's fun.
Now, you guys listening, you can't see this, but we're all watching each other on webcams, and Ryan's whole house just shook for like 10 seconds.
It's fun.
Like a dump truck hit the front door.
Did you have a gas leak explosion or what?
Yeah, what happened?
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Don't worry about it. We're back. That's what it's like in everybody's head when they're trying to get NES Classic and can't.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want one, but I don't have to have one now. But it's unfortunate for the people that want one because this is a great way to get people back into classic gaming.
Right.
Yeah.
In a way that's not illegal. And fucking Nintendo. It's fine, though, because they're going to sell them and they're going to keep selling them. And then they're going to come out with a green one that's got 30 different games on it and a blue one that's got 30 different games on it. Then they'll have a SNES one. And
Yeah, that's what'll be stupid is when they start releasing, where you have to have 3 of these things stacked up to have
Right.
all your favorite games.
And they've opened them up.
Contra's not on there.
They've opened them up. There is... It's you're not going to upgrade these. Like, they are what they are.
It's hardwired, yeah.
Right. There's one board in there, basically. But you're going to have green ones. You're going to have blue ones. I also heard the cords are really short, and you have to have the system next to you because that's where the reset is at.
Yeah, the cords are real short.
But
Like the length of your forearm short.
I don't care. It's cool.
I guess so. Yeah.
I want one. But but I'm fine. Like, I'll wait till next year. I'll get one whenever I walk in and find one. Now, if I could find one now, I would buy it so you could see it.
Right.
But I don't have to have it now.
Yeah, I'm not jonesing for it as hard as I was the first day that I decided I need one. Like,
What
I
if-
went through withdrawals over it the first
But what if
day.
I sent you a video of me enjoying it?
I'd be fine. All I could think about was playing Castlevania, honestly.
Right.
Castlevania and Super Contra. I'll tell you how they'd really get me is if it had just regular Contra. But, what are you going to do?
I like to... Excite Bike is the first game I was like, oh, yeah. But I know me and Excite Bike...
Not a good game.
I jump in and I'm like, fucking Excite Bike. And then 45 seconds later, I'm like, what else is on here?
RC Pro-Am's the one that I was
RC Pro-Am's good. But there's something
yeah.
about Excite Bike that I can't, I need to play it every time. And as soon as I do, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
You just got that first jump where you rev it up and it gets too hot.
I don't even know if I need to play or if I just need to hear the bike going. Yeah. Like the two
you
fucking
like the way
noises
the
that it
bike
makes. Right. Yeah. And then I'm good. Like, then I'm ready to go play a real game. But they're Excite Bike is a staple.
Yeah.
Had to be on there. What's the time frame that you need to find one before you don't buy it, or is there one?
I'm fine. Like, honestly, they can come out.
Whenever.
Like, I don't have to have one before the end of the year or my birthday or
but
anything
if you
like
find
that.
one, you're going to get one.
Yeah, I would like to have one. I think it's more like something to sit in the living room for nostalgia, to play while I'm drinking a beer.
It'd be cool to stream some of that out too.
It would be cool to stream some of that out, but that requires some extra equipment, and we're gonna need some Patreon support for that.
Patreon.com/Gamestitch. Just so you guys know, not a backslash unless you ask Dan.
It's a / for goddamn sake.
What are your thoughts on this NES Classic, Dan?
I'm pretty much in the same boat as you guys. I want one. I think it looks awfully cute sitting there in my hand.
It looks
like
so
a little
good.
pet.
It looks so good. I'm gonna carry it in my pocket, in my messenger bag.
But it's not something I need.
Right.
If I find one, I'll get one. If I won't get one until I find one.
That's true too.
It's the cost of a game.
Right.
I think that's the most exciting part is how cheap it is.
They're $2 per game on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a game on there that's not worth $2.
Yeah. And
So-
Exactly.
like when I haven't been buying games as frequently as I would like to over the past couple of years, like I feel like $60 on a system with all the games that I used to love as a kid, that's totally doable.
Let's jump into some news stories.
Aight, then.
Can we please?
For the 4th straight month, Xbox beat PlayStation in sales.
God damn. It's the dark times, dude.
I don't
Changing
know
of the
that
guard.
I mean, I think you can only sell so many PS4s still. That's kind of where I'm at. You can only sell so many.
And the S is a good system.
The S is a good system,
controller.
a smart move. It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks like a cheese grater, which I like. I like cheese. I like graters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Microsoft did a very smart thing. But
They
with
also
the
have
S.
like 16,000 bundles.
Yep.
Yes, they do.
Like, it's super smart. Like, just put a bundle with everything. You know, if I worked at Sony or Microsoft, I would just sell you a PS4 and you get any free game you want with it.
Yeah.
Like, I would just tell
Just
the stores,
pick a game.
just any $60 game, any $20 game, because you'll get people who will pick cheaper games. Just any game you want.
Right. Anything that, like, if they want Xbox Live, for a year for $59.99, get
Up
that
to
too.
up to $60, you get $60. Buy a game with it. Buy another controller with it. Like, let people, because people are weird. Like, maybe someone is buying a PS4 for Farming Simulator. Okay, well, they take a $40 game over a $60 game. If you just let them have whatever they want.
Yeah.
You don't get the difference. You don't get it's one thing up to $60. One game, probably a game. Probably
I hate the
accessory.
ones that are like, get one free game and you get to choose from like these 5. It's like, fuck you.
Right.
Why don't you let me
choose
pick
from
my own
anything.
goddamn game?
Yeah, well, you're grown. Pick out your
Yeah,
own
pick
game.
something off the shelf. Take it to the counter.
I know
we'll
what
make it
I
happen.
want, and it's none of
Yeah.
these. So fuck your
Right.
system. That's money you're not getting from me now.
Fuck your system.
Fuck.
But I mean that's complicated, because they have to pay for those games, and I get it. But there's nothing like just saying, "Hey, we know you guys are all different, so we're not going to cram these 4 bundles down your throat."
Well, I mean, the easy way to do it would be to say like, hey, if you buy a console, you get a gift card for $60.
Yeah.
I think just use it on the same transaction.
Of course, if you buy your maybe not now, but last week, if you buy your PS4 console from Best Buy, you get Sausage Party for free
Yeah.
on Blu-ray.
That was a fine movie, but I'm not watching it 2 times, so that's a waste of money.
Yeah, but who is like? I'll tell you what'll drive PS4 sales.
This Blu-ray over here.
The Sausage Party Blu-ray included with any purchase of a new system at Best Buy.
Right. I can't wait for the story. I know it's gonna happen.
Or
Like the
somebody's-
week after Christmas, somebody buys it for their kid with Sausage Party, and they didn't get any games or anything, so they're just watching Sausage Party on Christmas.
So when somebody's
Watching a bunch of
grandmother
food
pops
fuck
in
each other.
sausage
Yeah.
party. I heard that movie's vulgar.
It is very vulgar.
That's what I've heard.
It's also all over the place. It's partly like this pro-atheist movie, this anti-religion pro-atheism movie. It's partly this like frivolous sex propaganda movie, and it's partly like the most raunchy episode of South Park. It's all over the fucking place. It really like had too much going on. I don't
Right.
know how it got as popular as it did.
It's been a busy year for PlayStation Vue after launching ESPN, ABC, Disney, and all the other Disney-owned networks, plus NFL Network and HBO. Finally got some bad news.
All Viacom channels are being cut from the network.
So, I read a lot of stories of people who are like, "Oh, we knew this was going to happen," and this is not as uncommon as people think. Like,
No,
every
happens-
provider has disputes.
yeah, that happens all the time with the different cable companies.
Yeah, you see the messages scroll across your screen. Call DirecTV by this date, or you lose this channel.
Yeah.
Like it's not crazy, but right now it does look like they're losing Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, and the other Viacom-owned stations. But it's fun, adding ABC and the Disney stuff is huge. Getting HBO is huge. Losing Viacom, not great, but you're fine.
Yeah, we actually cut our PlayStation Vue off this month as of the 18th, just because we weren't really watching it. But the addition of ABC is pretty big during college football season.
So, are you going to go back, or are you just?
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, I think
Gotcha.
we will eventually. We may even go to a bigger channel package. But honestly, the bottom line channel package is more than we need. I really just want to pay for the few channels that we actually want to watch. But
Check out Sling.
Yeah. Sling's $10 cheaper, I think, on the cheapest package.
Sling's
no, it's not. It's the same price.
Sling
yeah.
is $20, but then they let you pick $5 blocks of channels, so you may be able to get what you're looking for $25.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah, I don't think you get Sling on the PlayStations though.
No.
You can get it on the Roku, but you can't get it on PlayStation. That's
Right.
part of the issue. We have PlayStations everywhere.
Yeah, get yourself a Roku.
We have one, but we have a Roku in the bedroom. But we have a PlayStation 4 in here in the studio, and then we have a PlayStation 3
You
in the
can trade
living room.
those in at GameStop and get Rokus.
That's cool. GameStop will never get my business.
My local GameStop has Rokus.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have luggage too.
This fucking place.
Yeah. Was it Walmart now?
Exactly. It is Walmart.
They're gonna start selling groceries. I'm trying to go in there and get some cabbage and a video game.
I'll tell you what, my Walmart's putting in that pickup center.
Are they?
I'm pumped.
Which one? Over on exit 4?
Oh yeah, they're putting in. So they painted the corner of it orange, and they built this big awning that goes all the way across. It's overhang.
Yeah. They got one of those in Franklin. You call it in. You just go and some dude puts it in your trunk.
I believe you order online.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just pull up and give them your order, and they just come and put that shit in your car for you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I didn't have to buy the root beer Tic Tacs. I just got what I needed. I got out. I didn't have to wait in line. I didn't have to do
You
anything.
have to go into Walmart.
The
yeah.
root beer Tic Tacs.
Whatever you said,
they're
the
so
cherry
gross.
cola ones.
Cherry cola ones.
Cherry cola.
Cherry cola.
Cola.
Here, I
The
need
only thing
these.
Walmart's got that I'll ever need is plungers for $2.78.
Huh.
What are you shitting
Best
that
plunger
hard?
you can buy. The best plunger you can buy. They sell it at Walmart. It's the black one. It's got the cone that dives down into the hole.
Who's wearing a plunger out?
You have to buy the plunger and the handle. They're separate in the box. You have to actually assemble it yourself. But it's $2.78 for one of those. They'll last you a lifetime.
I've only had one plunger ever. I've never needed another one. It works fine.
I buy a new one every time I go to a new house because I ain't trying to transport that shitty mess. Same goes for a bowl brush.
Yeah,
But $2.78, I could buy a lifetime's worth of them.
A bowl brush is one of those
anytime I
things
move.
you just use until you're finished with and throw it away.
Yeah, exactly. You just leave it.
They get gross, in my opinion, after one use.
Yeah, they're done. If you don't bleach them, you put a little bleach water in the cup that they sit in. That way, whenever you
gross.
wash them, then you rinse it in the clean water and put it in the bleach.
Everybody just assumes that
clean.
shit water, though, when they see it.
Well, yeah, because it turns brown from all the shit in it.
That's so gross.
It's just shitty bleach.
It's so gross.
It's just shitty, pissy bleach after about a week.
It's so gross.
Fuck.
It turns out that Call of Duty is not having its best year.
You're right.
As it turns out. They're down 76% over Black Ops 3 on Steam at the same date.
I mean, Call of Duty's been dropping every year since they come out, too.
They
since
have,
Modern Warfare 2.
But is EA's plan working, or is this just the trend that Call of Duty's on?
I think this is the trend that Call of Duty is on. I think so. Here's my theory: is that people don't want futuristic warfare. That's for the sci-fi nerds. And no offense, I'm a sci-fi nerd.
The MOBA nerds.
MOBA nerds, fucking MOBA nerds. So
Go play a
the
MOBA.
future shit, dude. Laser beams and rocket packs and mechs. That's not for Call of Duty. Call of Duty guys, they care about actual guns and actual warfare. They want to see it's about the history of war and the reality of war and the strategy of it. It's not about laser beams and shit.
I just named the next game.
Uh-oh.
Call of Duty Actual Warfare.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, isn't it?
But I think that's why Battlefield 1 is so appealing. It
should be in VR.
historical. Battlefield
Everything.
1's got its hooks in me, and I haven't even touched the sticks on it yet.
But you don't think that the 1-2 punch of Battlefield and Titanfall, and the off every other year of Battlefront, you don't think that has any?
I don't think Titanfall's doing as well as they expected it to either.
And I don't think Battlefield did either.
But I think, Battlefield's not doing great, but Battlefield's got a pretty huge following.
It is, but
just about every.
I'm pretty sure all sales are down across those three games.
But
yeah, for sure.
They sent Titanfall out to die. The whole idea, in my opinion, is to pull anything they can from Call of Duty. They just got to hit them while they're down.
I mean, Battlefield 1 took Call of Duty's shit because nobody wants to play the only reason anybody bought Infinite Warfare was to get the Modern Warfare remake.
Which is smart on their part. I mean, they knew what
Which
they
is
were
fine,
doing.
but that's not the most popular multiplayer Call of Duty.
But
Modern Warfare 2 is.
I've heard all three of those games are excellent. But
Battlefield 1's looks incredible. I can't wait to play it.
Everybody I know that's played Titanfall says this is great. Like,
Yeah, me too.
but EA put that out on purpose when they did. Like, that is to take any market share they can. It
From
has to be.
Activision.
There's no other reason to send it out right then.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are just. It's that thing with the demographic. You're talking about, like, we're not 25 anymore. We're not.
Speak for yourself.
You know, well, yeah, but
How many shooters does somebody need?
Exactly. Like honestly, you find the shooter that you love and you buy it, or you find the shooter that's the
Rocket League.
most interesting and you go with that. Maybe people don't trust EA because of what Battlefront was, so Titanfall and Battlefield didn't sell as well, but it outsold Call of Duty because people are tired of laser beams in their Call of Duty games.
And Battlefront sold great. It's going to sell great next year. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think EA is trying to suffocate Activision, and it might work because
they're trying to get Activision to give up Call of Duty so they can buy it.
No, I don't think they want to buy it, but I think they want Call of Duty to take a year off.
I think that would be the best thing ever for Call of Duty is to
me
go on
too.
an every other year cycle.
But I think if they can get them to take a year off, Battlefield feels like they can seize that market.
Right.
And maybe they can. It's going to be hard to follow up Battlefield. It's going to be really easy to follow up Call of Duty because they just need to do anything different. So how it sets up next year is going to be important, and I think they need to try to sell everything they can right now because next year is going to be Battlefront with a campaign, my guess, with a more robust multiplayer, and that's going to be hard for Call of Duty to go up against also, unless they get away from where they're at right now.
Yeah, but I mean, Battlefront that's Star Wars nerds and that's Battlefront style gameplay. Like it's a different that's a different game. I don't necessarily think you're splitting the audience.
That's the FPS. That game was the shooting felt good in that game.
Yeah, but it's different, man.
It's just a skinned shooter. That's all.
Yeah, but it's got more of like a. To me, Battlefront is more of like the nerdy style first person. It's more of the MOBA feel. It's like ticking down tickets and take this stronghold.
Yeah,
and
but I think
bottleneck
they'll
'em
get away from that and just change over to a deathmatch is what people care about.
Maybe it had deathmatch, but I think the strength of Battlefront is in the more strategic stuff and not so much in the deathmatch. Not that that's like unsuccessful. I think that the audience isn't as split over that one because everybody's kind of a Star Wars fan, and
but if you can only buy one game, you do have to make a choice. Like that's
true.
It may not be that it's one or the other, but it may have to be one or the other financially.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think, and in that case, Call of Duty is everybody's so burned out on Call of Duty, it will go EA's way in that instance.
Activision is obviously not panicking. They don't need to. They have boatloads of money.
They got Nintendo money.
But at some point, they do have to start thinking about
the future,
how
making
to
plans.
not kill this franchise. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hard to say.
Fuck that. Let's burn the place down.
Yeah.
Let's burn what? Flip a car over?
Yeah.
Couch fire.
We asked a question last week. Matt, what was that question?
Most annoying video game character? Who's the most annoying video game character?
Bingo.
Is it character or villain?
I just said character.
Twitter.com/game_Stitch or @game_Stitch, whichever way you want to search for us. That's where we asked the question at. That's where you can find the question. And we got an email.
Oh.
Alan Broman writes into... It's probably not Broman so hard like that, but I want it to be. It's probably Broman.
It's probably Broman.
But I like Broman better.
Broman.
Right. So Alan Broman writes into podcast@gamestitch.com just like you can. He says, "Hey guys, congrats on reaching 200.
Woohoo!
Can't wait to hear episode 400. Let's calm down on that.
Whoa.
Jesus
Pump
Christ.
some
We're
brakes
like
on
40
that.
now.
Right. Right. Dan will be retired.
Let's start with 201 and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take it one episode at a time, bro.
I really enjoy listening to this podcast. It was interesting to hear some of your stories, the good and the bad, about making this podcast. My favorite episode was episode 10, which tells you we've made poor decisions since then.
Yeah, we're not doing so well anymore.
That was This Is Spartacast, which I remember the name of, but I couldn't tell you anything about the podcast.
I can tell you what we talked about, yeah.
Right. He then asked us if we have a favorite episode.
Episode 200 is my favorite so far.
Episode 200 was fun. My favorite episode was probably episode 1.
Just on the excitement level?
Just because we did it.
Yeah.
Like, we made a thing, and at that point I didn't know if it would run forever or that would be it. But the idea that we, like, made something all by ourselves, and I was proud of it. I mean, there's been funny episodes along the way. Like, you as for Uterus is one of my favorites.
Yes.
You for Uterus is really good. The fact that you still don't know the NATO phonetics blows my mind.
No, that's fine. That's how most people remember.
I wish I knew what episode it was, which this might be too much. I don't think I'll reveal this on the podcast.
Right.
You guys remember the episode where I was sick?
Yeah.
There are no secrets. We're transparent.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a secret. I'm going to keep part of that a secret. I was very sick on one episode.
Yeah, we'll have to think on it. But yeah, episode 1 is my favorite. Dan, do you have one off the top of your head?
I don't. I think in my head, every episode we've done has a great point and just a shit point where I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
That's actually me. If you meet me, you're like, you know what, he's all right, but he's also kind of shitty.
Yeah.
So I think probably every episode we've done has some form of that. So I would probably have to go with neither or all, because
Let's go with all because the other's depressing.
But the live one was a fun one to do. That was a new. That was probably the most like new thing we've done since we first started. Yeah, it was the most live one. But there was a lot of planning that went into that, and it was fun. We haven't planned. We haven't planned like that in a very long time, and I think kind of really wrap our heads back around what we need to do. So that was a good one too.
I can't wait to do more live episodes. I had a blast on it. It was definitely the most fun that I can remember. There have been fun episodes, of course, but that's the most fun I can remember having in a long time on the show. That just it stuck with me like week to week. Like episode 200 is sticking with me. Every week after we put the show up, I'm it's exciting and it's fun, but by the time the next one comes around, I kind of forget it because we do so many of them. But 200 is going to hang with me just because of what it was, doing it live for the first time. It's kind of like what Ryan said with episode 1. It's the first time we did something new and exciting with it. I like that.
Broman continues, my gone but not forgotten is Desert Strike Return to the Gulf. It's a Sega Genesis game where you fly around in a helicopter and blow stuff up while rescuing people. It was awesome.
That game. Yeah. Game's alright. You fly really low in that game, though, which is really weird. You're like almost on the damn ground.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it in a real helicopter. Yeah, it's the only way I know. Only way I know. No, he has no idea if it holds up, so you need to check that out for your own. He also says, sorry I missed the live podcast, but hopefully I can watch the next one. I hope everything works out for y'all, and that Gamestitch goes on for a long time.
Thanks, man. No worries on the live one. That is still available on twitch.tv/Gamestitch if you guys want to watch it as it was broadcast. You can see the comments in the chat.
It's true.
It's not live, but you can still see the chat, and you can watch it just as if it were live. It also went out the next day on all of the streaming services, just like a normal podcast. So any live episodes will be that way. Don't feel bad if you miss them, but we definitely hope that you're there for the next one.
You can also watch the videos sans chat on YouTube.
Yes.
.com/Gamestitch.
Yeah. Did you guys have an answer to the question for Twitter? I know we got a write-in on it. I just don't remember who sent their answer. I think it was probably Garrett, Mr. Garrett Wade.
I'm not in charge of social media. I don't have that available.
Yeah, it's supposed to be you, Matt.
Hey, calm down, guys.
You got to know your role.
Calm down.
Ooh, know your role.
See what I did there?
Let's see.
Get your game on.
And Enjoy My Teabag, which is our good friend Garrett Wade. He says Claptrap from Borderlands is pretty annoying.
Yeah.
And then we also got Dustin Reese, who was there for the Live 200 episode, said, I think this award easily goes to Navi from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which is a pretty good answer. I think Navi's probably one of the most annoying characters ever. And then at Jake_Cost says, Claptrap is a baller. But Nazim from Skyrim is a fucking bitch. Fuck that guy.
Man, some real emotion.
Yeah. Most annoying game character. That's a toughie, man. Because sometimes it's just an enemy, right? Sometimes it's just... It's not necessarily their attitude or what they say. Sometimes it's just like a harassing enemy.
My answer is a good one. You want to hear it?
Yeah, go for it.
Princess Peach.
You don't like Princess
That bitch
Peach?
is never in this castle.
How many times can you get taken before it's on you?
I understand.
Like, at what point is it stop being everybody else's problem? Like,
Yeah.
really, again?
Right.
Again.
Right.
And I don't know what she does in her off time to make everybody so into her. But my God, they've rescued her 77 times. I can't handle it anymore. She annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah.
No one just stands out as like, I'm playing a game and I'm like, I don't like you.
Except her.
Yeah, she annoys me just because she's
Stupid.
such a damsel in distress all the time.
I
Oh no, I'm in
think
a castle. Oh no.
Come rescue me, you big fat
Oh, now
plumber.
I'm in a different castle. Oh no. Come on.
For me, it's kind of similar. Like, it's definitely a retro game thing because I think about character types, and it's definitely something that now would be considered like this game is broken. But back in the day, man, like Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden, they had the bats. They flew in like the S shape. They go in the up and down across the screen, and when they hit you, you always bounce back into a fucking hole.
Yep.
Like, the bats in Ninja Gaiden and the bats in Castlevania are easily the most annoying enemy ever because they just... Like, you'll make the jump and they will spawn and somehow hit you in midair. And even though you have a full bar of health and you could easily make it to the end of the level, it's like there's a magnet in the bottom of that goddamn hole, and they just every time, dude.
Just to recap, I picked a princess and Matt picked a bat.
Yeah.
Dan, it's your turn.
Mine is...
I mean, it's going to be tough to follow up those gems.
It is, I can't. My most annoying character would be the president's daughter in Resident Evil 3? 4? Ashley?
4.
4.
That
Yeah.
answer is going to not count because you thought about it. You should have given more of an answer like me and Matt.
I
Yeah,
didn't
she's
think about
kind of
it.
a bitch, though.
I just put that together now.
Yeah, but it's a real answer. It's not going to accept it.
No, she was so annoying because all she did, she brought nothing to the table, and all she was a huge fucking save me quest. That's it. The game was made harder with her in it, and it was harder to play and worse to play.
Commander Shepard.
Whew. Man.
Both male and
Cut deep.
female. Solid Snake.
That's not true.
Liquid Snake, whatever that is.
I like Liquid Snake.
Sack boy.
Sackboy's pretty
Nobody
annoying.
doesn't like Sackboy.
I don't like Sackboy.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Is there like a semi-solid snake,
There is
Like a
Solid
pu-
Snake.
like a purified snake?
There's Solid Snake, that's David. There's Liquid Snake, that's Eli. And then there's Solidus Snake. Solidus is another word for gas, so he's like the gaseous snake.
Gas
And
snake.
I think his name is, I can't remember what
Rick.
his name is, George or something like that, something stupid. And then there's Naked Snake or Venom Snake. Well, Naked Snake, that's John. That's Big
Fucking
Boss.
Ryan, see what you did?
And then there's
Let it go.
Venom Snake.
Let it go a little bit longer.
Venom Snake, if you haven't played through Metal Gear 5 all the way, Venom Snake is paramedic.
His
He
name is
not
paramedic.
actually-
Hyphenated.
well, he's paramedic from the Metal Gear games. He's not actually a snake. He's had like a facial reconstruction to look like Snake. He's a doppelganger.
Hey Dan, this is what it feels like when you talk about Mass Effect.
Oh,
right.
God, take me now.
Thanks for all the answers. Remember, podcast at Gamestitch.com, Twitter at game_stitch, or Facebook.com/The Game Stitch. You can get a hold of us on all those places. Make sure you answer the questions to get them read on this podcast. Whew. It's now time for Gone But Not Forgotten, my favorite segment, where we reach back in our gaming past and we tell you about something that you should have been a part of. If you missed it, it's not too late. Go back, watch a video on it, find it, play it, love it. This week it's Matt's turn.
Yeah, and this week, not necessarily a game, but a game accessory that I think we all may have had. The Game Genie or the Game Shark, depending on which era of gaming you kind of got into cheating.
I would challenge any gamer that played through the 80s till now
to tell you that they didn't have one of these.
To lie to my face and tell me you didn't have one of the two of these.
Yeah,
I can honestly tell you I did not have either one.
You never had a Game Genie or a Game Shark.
I promise. Nope.
No, I don't believe it.
No, I don't believe it,
care.
Man. I don't believe
but
it.
I can honestly tell you both. Look, I can look you right in the eye, and I can tell you I never had one.
Just because you're good at lying doesn't make it true.
Because you always need the spread gun in Contra no matter what you touch, and 30 lives just ain't enough sometimes, dude.
Man, Game Shark, you put in that disc, you fucking pick that code out of your janky-ass memory card.
Yeah, dude. Game Shark on the Nintendo 64, like you had to like put the cartridge down on top of it and slam the whole mechanism into it, and it was always kind of wobbly. So halfway through your game, it would disconnect and like fry the cart.
Doesn't matter because you were cheating.
Yeah, you were a cheating son of a bitch. The Game Genie I think was the best one because it had the Game Genie like icon. Yeah, and it had the little like weird flap to hold your game secure to it, and you couldn't like the way you put it in the console was dumb. Bonkers to me also. But Home Alone was almost impossible without that shit.
I know when you got the Game Genie, it was like your parents bought you a friend to help you beat every game that you own.
Right, and then you go brag to your friends about how you beat it because maybe they didn't know the Game Genie was out just yet.
We never went and said I beat it with a Game Genie.
Right.
No one said I beat it with the Genie.
Conveniently left that out. It's like, I beat it last night.
Yes.
Game Shark was where it started getting crazy because the Game Genie came preloaded, right? It came preloaded with codes and certain games that it worked on. Game Shark, you could make your own codes. Game Shark, you could hack the game cartridge. So I remember with like No Mercy on Nintendo 64, people would make their own moves and stuff. You could make your own match types because you could hack the cart so much that you could just make a brand new game out of it. It was incredible. But yeah, Game Shark, Game Genie. If you're a fucking cheater, you know what I'm talking about.
Remember that they were like really elaborate too. Like the cases were like gold. Like they didn't have to look like they looked for the Game Genie. Like they went all out. Those
fucking things, they were like $80, dude. Like a Game Shark for N64 was expensive.
Everything for N64 was expensive, but I didn't care because I was an entitled little brat.
Yeah, a Game Genie was expensive too. I think a Game Genie was like $49 when they came out.
I'm like, why can't you buy me this $80 Donkey Kong?
Right, $74 for GoldenEye. Line it up, Mom. Come on, moneybags.
You've been talking about that second job for a while now.
Right, you got checks right there. What do you mean you don't have any money? I can see you got a check.
There's a whole book of them. Just write a check.
Just write a check.
Just write a check. What if we sold the other car? We barely use it.
Right. We don't need that.
I need the expansion. I got to make my N64 better.
I love the expansion pack.
I need Superman.
Need.
Oh.
Oh, this isn't very good, but now I have to play it because I got it and the strat guide.
Yeah.
Like, you remember those days where you would convince somebody to buy you a shitty game, but then you had to play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, now you get a shitty game and you're like, oh, well.
Yeah, shit. That's my money. It's gone now.
But back in the day, when your parents, when you push for a shitty game and you got it, you're like, I guess I'll play this for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Right. I remember Clay Fighter. I remember Clay Fighter well.
Because they have to see you playing it. They have to see you playing it
to ever buy you one again.
Right. Because if not, they're going to say you didn't even play the last one I bought you.
Yep.
But I think like my mom, I think she probably knew. Like she knew when she got it. Like Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Like she could tell I was into that because I like never let up, you know. But with like, you know, Jaws, I would play it for like 20 minutes and throw the controller at the CRT and get up and leave and then come back to it like 20 minutes later after I forgot how bad it was.
What nightmare? Who picked Jaws for you?
Really?
Dude, I loved Jaws when I was a kid. When I was like a baby, like I wanted the Jaws game. I don't know why now.
When you were a
but
baby?
that's what I wanted, dude.
When you were a toddler.
Make fucking sense.
I mean, the game came out in '87, so I was like 3.
Couldn't even hold the controller because your hands were fisted up.
Yeah, like, I remember playing this game in the basement.
No, you don't. You don't remember anything from when you were 3.
I maybe not when I was 3, but I remember playing Jaws as a kid.
My first memory, I'm 7.
That's fucking.
I don't know anything
stupid.
before
Fun
that.
fact.
Right.
My first memory, I was like maybe 1 or 2.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude.
I think I got hit with
100%.
one of those memory loss dildos from Men in Black. I think somebody hit me with one of those around 7 because I don't remember anything. I'm not sure my parents are my parents.
I remember my great-grandfather who died like 6 months after I was born.
Do you remember him, or do you remember people telling you about him?
No, I remember like sitting in his lap with a teddy bear when I was really young. It's my first memory ever.
Sounds like a picture you're describing.
I can't remember anything between that time and this house that we lived in the first time I got a Nintendo, which was whatever, like probably like 88, 89, so 3 or 4. But I remember that. I remember this old.
You keep convincing yourself you remember earlier memories than you do.
I remember.
7's the benchmark.
7's not the benchmark. I remember my first NES because my mom broke it the day that she got it out. She slammed the game down and smashed the inside of it.
Dan, do you remember when you learned to crawl? Like Matt does?
No.
Remember that?
No, I remember potty training though. So
my gosh, I'm done.
There you go,
Were
man.
you 7?
That's like 1 or 2 probably. Yeah.
Right, I was 7.
Yeah, no, that's why he remembers it. That sounds right. That checks out. That's actually fine.
No, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't remember doing baby things like when I was a baby, like Matt does with the superhuman fucking.
I vaguely remember breaking my arm when I was 2.
I sort of do. I was in a vault and I was crawling around.
Yeah.
And I learned to shoot rad roaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. I broke my arm when I was 2. I fell off the back patio. I vaguely remember it, dude.
No, you remember people telling you about it. They're not the same thing.
No, dude.
So
I remember having like
here's the problem with your
tear
statement.
eyes, like looking up for somebody coming out of the back patio. I don't remember much. I just remember parts of it.
Here's the problem with your statement. There is no way in hell that you would remember sitting on your great-grandfather's lap, which happened before you broke your arm, and remember that one better than breaking your arm when you're 2.
I was in Mimi's living room. Mimi is my grandmother, sitting in this dude's lap. He was my grandmother's or my grandfather's dad.
Maybe you were crying and he broke your arm.
No, because I was in a diaper when I broke my arm.
He's out back smoking a hooter on the back deck.
Smoking a hooter?
He grabs a bad step, he falls off, he breaks his arm. Remembers it like yesterday.
Yeah, we had like I don't know. It was like steps going down. I just remember falling off, and I remember the teary eyes and somebody coming to pick me up. I don't remember much about it, but I was told that I broke my arm at that point.
There's nothing I hate worse when someone tells me a baby story they remember. Because I'm like, come on. What'd you have for lunch last Thursday?
Dude, just because you're a burnout and can't remember anything. I
fell out of the back of a car that was driving down the road.
Jesus Christ.
I was in the back of a station wagon because my parents love me. And fiddling with the door handle, and they said stop, so I went ahead and fell out the back, going up a hill at like 30. And I only know this story because other people have told me.
You don't remember it?
No. They took me straight to the hospital. Because I like busted my teeth out and stuff.
Really?
My baby teeth, yeah. It was all like road rash. I got up and chased after the car because they didn't know I'd fallen out. So my dad probably had the tunes just jamming. But I don't remember anything. Like, I don't remember this ever happening. And I was old enough to run.
Jesus.
Right. So that's like
crazy.
That's like, what, like 6, 5? When do you start running? 5?
I don't know.
What's
I've
running
never
age?
run a day in my life. Anything more than a brisk walk and I'm done.
Yeah.
First,
so,
I think we have to agree on a definition of run. Is it just a brisk walk or what?
Yeah.
No, when you fall out of a car and you're bloody and your parents, the only person in the world you know is leaving you, you run.
Yeah.
You run like you've never ran before.
I got a feeling if you're not old enough to remember that, you're not old enough to know who your parents are.
Here's the fun fact, though. We're on our way to the hospital already because my mother was there. So it was convenient, at least.
Right.
They're like, hey, I'm here to see my wife, and can you check out him? He fell out of the car on the way over.
This kid's trying to commit suicide. Can we check him in?
Right. You know what I didn't do after that? Open the door in the back of the station wagon.
You remember that.
Never played with the handle again. Well, I never fell out again.
You guys remember the good old days when you could like lay up in the back window of an Impala while your mom was driving down the interstate at like 70?
Yeah.
You just get up like, in the level above the back seat between the glass.
I played in the back of that station wagon, like full on played.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that anymore.
No.
I mean, you can. It's frowned upon.
They'll take your kids from you.
They'll take your kids. Mine are fine.
If they're playing in the back of a station wagon, they're gonna ask you 2 questions: where'd you get a station wagon, and why is this kid back there playing? And then they're gonna take you to
my kid.
Then they're gonna. Oh shit!
Came with the wagon.
It's the people that I stole it from.
Yeah.
And he won't shut up.
Can you take him off my hands? I'm done with this shit.
All right, it's going to do it for us. Remember, you can find us on Twitter at @game_stitch. I am at Podcast Ryan. Dan is at Shirtless Dan, and Matt is at Goddammit Matt. If you want to, you got a couple extra bucks you want to support us, patreon.com/GameStitch. We got a lot of neat rewards, and we got some goals we're trying to hit over there. So check that out. Tell your friends, tell your grandmother. And last, just thank you guys. You made episode 200 great. You make all these episodes fun. So just keep on being you. Keep doing you.
You be you.
There's a poll up on Twitter right now if anybody's following. It's just asking if you would like more live episodes of the show. It's a yes or no question. Just go ahead and vote there if you're following us. If you're listening and you don't follow us and then vote. I think we with plans for more live episodes, but we haven't made any official announcements, so you'll want to watch at @game_stitch for anything like that.
We end each and every episode with a segment I like to call One Final Thing with Uncle Dan. This week, no different.
No different. First of all, no, you can't fucking remember shit from when you're a baby. I don't care who you are.
I can.
Secondly, I had a situation this week that arose.
You poop your pants?
If math is an incredibly important part of your job, then do the fucking math right. Because otherwise what you do is you stomp on people's dreams and scare them and send them crying, and it's a good way to get yourself hurt. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but it could. I don't want to go too much into all of this, but
it turned to like a threat, though.
Now, let me say something, Dan, that's not going to work in your favor, is now it's premeditated.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah. I'm going to have to agree with Matt. You crossed the line when you told us that you were thinking about it.
I don't care.
Right, now it's premeditated.
If you'd have been like...
That's a different crime.
I'm definitely not going to commit a crime because someone has bad math, then we would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. We got that on record. But now...
But when you say
different.
Maybe you'll never walk without a limp again...
Right.
It's premeditated.
Right. Today's the last day you're ever going to have kneecaps.
Yep.
I'm telling you, that's the move. You ever get somebody down and you're like, you're proving a point.
No,
you put the
it's always
gun,
take out a knee.
You put it right on their kneecap and you pull the trigger.
No, dude, nothing scares me like the thought of getting shot in the knee.
You'll never walk right again.
Yeah.
And you're not going to chase me now.
Right. No. I always tell you, whenever you get if you should ever be in an altercation with another human being,
kick their knee.
Take out a knee.
Kick their knee, or put that pistol up on that knee.
And then if you call an ambulance for him, for God's sake, you're not a savage.
You don't do math well, bam, kneecap gone.
Right.
Nah, shotgun.
Right.
Oh shit, no leg left.
Make the whole thing disappear.
Damn, I think that's more than taking out a kneecap at that point.
Get your point across, doesn't it?
It does do that.
I take a nail and I put it right on top of the kneecap and just drive that thing in with a hammer.
You got you have to have someone who
a rusty nail.
That's premeditated, dude.
Rusty nail.
Now they got tetanus. God damn.
And they have to be quite willing to just sit there and allow it to happen.
No, I hit them in the temple with a hammer first.
Oh, gee, they're probably dead then. You're just putting a nail in a dead person at that point.
You're putting a nail in a dead person.
I'm just saying. A hammer to the temple, Jesus.
This has been episode 201 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. It's not premeditated. That'd be a good name for this episode.
It's not premeditated.
It's not.
But it is, though. Allegedly.
I don't know if it is or isn't. I'm not a part of this.
Right. I'm not a lawyer. I can't make a
I'll tell you what's in
decision.
Dan's favor is I'm not going to remember.
Yeah.
Matt will remember fucking everything because he remembers shit when he was a fucking baby. So.
I remember the older I get, the less
he
I
remembers the stories people
forwards.
tell him. They're different. They're not memories.
That's
They're
not true.
Fake memories.
That's not true.
Fakeries.
Good night. True.
Good night.
Good night. Go Giants.